Hello guys, so we are back again and today we are going to continue with the problem solving course part 5. Okay, so we have done till 80 questions and we are going to continue with 81 question. The 81 question is as follow. This is 81 question which says if hn is equals to 1 plus 1 by 2 plus and so on till 1 by n, then the value of Sn is equals to 1 plus 3 by 2 plus 5 by 3 plus and so on till 99 by 50 is Now the option you can see are in H50 format. H50 plus 50, 100 minus H50, 49 plus H50, H50 plus 100. So in the sum of this Sn we have to bring H50 also, which is Hn. And which is possible for n number of terms. So how we can solve this? These type of questions, since we have done so many questions, now the question level must have increased and it is based on your observation increase. Or based on your observation skills. In what sense? In sense that if you can observe the means the trick. These are the tricks. You should learn the tricks which vary from question to question. Like these questions are based on observation. If you can observe and manipulate, then you will get the answer. Fine. So that's it. Now let's begin. So here if we do one thing, which is I want to bring my this is my Sn. First thing, 1 plus 1 by 3 3 by 2 plus 5 by 3 plus and so on till 99 by 50. I want to bring Hn. So can I do this manipulation? I can write it 2 minus 1. This I can write it 2 minus 1 by 2. When I multiply it, I will get what? 2 to 4, 4 minus 1, 3, 3 by 2 again. Here also 2 minus 1 by 3, multiply, get 6, 6 minus 1, 5 by 3. And so on. For this number I have to do this 2 minus 1 by 50. So after this the step is 2 will move on till 50 times. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus and so on till 50 times. And I will remove the minus, which will give me 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3 and so on till 1 by 50. And now this, since n is 50, so here it will become H50, and this is nothing but 50 times added to, so 2 into 50 minus H50, which will give me my final answer 100 minus H50. Hope you have understand this answer. The basic idea was to by manipulation bring Hn in Sn summation, because our option include Hs. So these type of question are based on your observation. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question is as follow. The next question says is question number 82. Which is the sum of 50 terms of the series 3 upon 1 square plus 5 upon 1 square plus 2 square plus 7 upon 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus and so on is 100 by 17, 150 by 17, 200 by 51 and last 50 by 17. So how we are gonna solve this? And we are going in this type of problem, since you can see we have solved the Vn minus Vn, Vr minus Vr plus 1, the telescopic series. This type of problems, by observing only these varieties we have already covered. So first step was finding Tr. So since it is odd number, odd number means 2r minus 1, but if I take 2r minus 1, if I put here 1, I will get 1. So this one is wrong. I will take Tr is equals to what? 2r plus 1. In the other way you can take the difference, 5 minus 3. That's the way we used to do when we were learning the Vn minus Vn plus 1 method. That is 5 minus 3 is 2. Then what should I add to make it 3? Since first term will be same. After this the last term will have sum of n terms, which is nothing but 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square and so on till n term square, and it is nothing but n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. We have studied this. So this is nothing but r into r plus 1 into 2r plus 1. And hope you know when we replace r by n, when we apply the summation, we have discussed. So 6 upon this will cancel out, giving me r into r plus 1. Okay, so the next step used to be creating f of r plus 1 minus f of r. Okay, so r plus 1, so here it should be minus r upon r into r plus 1, which will give me what? Which will give me 6 into, okay, 1 upon r minus 1 upon r plus 1. Okay, now I will apply summation in TR from r is equals to 1, okay, to 50, because I want sum of 50 terms. The moment I apply this, since it is a telescopic series, okay, I will put the lower limit in the lowest value and a 50 limit in the higher value. Since this is the lowest and this is the biggest, here it will become 1, here it will become 51. Okay, this will get removed, and here what I am going to get, 6 into 1 minus 1 by 51, which will give me nothing but 100 by 17. Okay, so this is our answer, which is nothing but first one. Okay, first is the answer. Okay, now let's move on to question number 83. The question number 83 is this question: let s is equals to 4 upon 19 plus 44 upon 19 square plus 444 upon 19 cube and plus so on till up to infinity, then s is equals to what? 40 by 9, 38 by 81, 36 by 171, and none of this. Okay, so what we are going to do, since we have done the problem where the 444 means term used to come, and let me remind you, okay, this 4 plus 44 plus 444, okay, like this variety problem, where what we used to do, take the 4 common, 1 plus 1 plus 1 1 1 and so on. Then what we used to do, nothing but multiply and divide by 9, which used to give us 99 999. Okay, I'm revising it just. So it we used to form a GP. Okay, so our job, and then we used to write it 10 minus 1, 100 minus 1, and then separate and solve it. Okay, and so on. Then 10 plus 100 plus 1000 minus this 1 1 1 plus 1 plus, okay, like that. So it is a GP. Okay, very obvious. Okay, so what what we are going to do, we are going to do a simple thing. Okay, this is our S, 4 upon 19, 44 upon 19 square, 444 upon 19 cube, okay, and plus so on till infinity. We are going to follow this, we are going to divide it by, okay, we are going to divide it by 19, okay, since it is a GP. Okay, this will form a GP if I do this. Okay, so after doing this, okay, what we see, I will shift one term and do this. Okay, 44 by, sorry, this will become 19 square, this will become 44 upon 19 and so on till infinity. And if I can subtract them, then the next step used to be you was subtracting them. Okay, so this will become what's 18s by 19. Okay, remember it is not a AGP. Okay, it is not a AGP, since this used to form a GP. After manipulation, it is not a AGP. Okay, keep that in mind. This is a special type of variety of problem, and how we used to do is, this is the pattern. Okay, solve it like AGP. Okay, when you will solve it, you will see this will come 14 by 19, this will come nothing but this will come nothing but 40 by 19 square, this will come nothing but 400 by 19 cube, and so on till infinity. Okay, after this what will happen, we will just reduce 1 minus, okay, let's just calculate the value and then we will see what we, since it is the infinite term, a upon 1 minus r will do our job. 1 minus upon, what is the what is the ratio common, the r is nothing but 10 by 19. Okay, you can easily see, which gives us 4 by 9. Okay, which gives us 4 by 9. So our s was 18s by 19, that is 4 by 9. Then we will get s is equals to nothing but 38 by 81. Okay, so this is our answer, which is this second one. Okay, so hope you have understand. Okay, this is a special variety, not a AGP problem. Okay, one more doubt cleared. Okay, many students take it as AGP, but I want to remind you that it forms a GP. Okay, so now let's move on. So the next problem which we are going to see is this one. Okay, the question number 84. Okay, which says if 1 minus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 5 minus 1 by 7 plus 1 by 9 minus 1 by 11 plus and so on is equals to pi by 4, then the value of 1 upon 1 into 3 plus 1 upon 5 into 7 plus 1 upon 9 into 11 and so on is what? So to find this value we will do a little means little observation thing. Again, all the questions are now based on observation only. If you can observe, then you will get the answer. Okay, so the thing is like that. Okay, if you will observe, okay, we want to find the sum of these. Okay, if you observe, you will come to know that this series 1 minus 1 by 3, 1 upon 5 minus 1 by 7, 1 upon 9 minus 1 by 11 and so on, okay, which is equals to pi by 4. Okay, if we consider two terms, okay, like this, okay, this will become 3 minus 1 upon 3, this will become 7 minus 5 upon 5 into 7. So now you can see some similar patterns, 11 minus 9 upon 11, 9 into 11, and like this. So we'll go on. So this is nothing but 2 by 3, 2 by 5 into 7, 2 by 9 into 11. Okay, so we got an idea that how this is, okay, how it is varying. So we will take the 2 common, and 1 by 3, 1 upon 5 into 7, okay, this is nothing but 1 into 3, okay, 1 upon 9 into 11 and so on will go on. Okay, this is nothing but pi by 4. So this value which we want to find, okay, this is nothing but, okay, let's take it as x, is nothing but pi by 8. Okay, so this is our answer, which is first one. Okay, so now let's move on. The base observation was taking the two terms. Okay, just you have to observe. Okay, in exam, this type of when minus plus appear, these type of manipulations become crucial. Okay, I have given you one more hint that when you observe plus minus like series, try to take 2 terms and try to create. Although there is one more example that these two can form, okay, multiply can give this. Okay, that is also based on your observation. Every person can have their own observation skill. Okay, so now let's move on. Okay, so the next question is question number 85. Okay, which is this question. Okay, the question says if 1 upon 1 square plus 1 upon 2 square plus 1 upon 3 square and so on is equal to pi square by 6, then 1 upon 1 square plus 1 upon 3 square plus 1 upon 5 square and so on is equals to what? Okay, and this question means this question you have to solve it by based on your observation only, because this type of question we have already did and we know a particular way to solve this question. Okay, and if you look our previous problems, means the problems which you used to do in the starting of the lecture, then you will easily make out that how to solve this problem. The problem given is 1 upon 1 square, this is the value which you want to find. Okay, 1 upon 5 square and so on, its value is question mark. So we will do one thing, since it is sum of all odd natural numbers, okay, and it is going on odd natural number square, so we will add the missing numbers. Okay, this was the basic concept twice, so if I add them, then I have to subtract them also. 1 upon 4 square, okay, and so on. So it will form, and then there will be subtraction of the even terms, 1 upon 2 square, 1 upon 4 square, 1 upon 6 square, okay, and so on. Okay, so this is nothing but, you can clearly see it is nothing but pi square by 6. Okay, and then this is, okay, what we will do to make it 1 square. Okay, this was very common step. Okay, we used to do when 2 square plus 1 upon 3 square, okay, and so on, it will again form this thing here only. Okay, so this is pi square by 6 and this is 1 by 4, again pi square by 6, okay, which will give me nothing but pi square by 8. Okay, so this is our answer, which is first one. So first is the answer. What was the basic approach? This type of question we have done. When odd terms are given, we used to add the even terms and subtract them, then used to take the common, then it will again form this thing. Okay, if you see my previous lecture, you will easily make out this problem. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is as follow, which is question number 86. The question number 86 is limit n tending to infinity summation r is equals to 1 to n upon r. Okay, now if you will observe this thing, okay, let's okay, this is basically a Avian series problem. Okay, we can clearly see that. Okay, so we will consider the TR term, which will be R upon, okay, we will means we will just try to create the Tn term. Okay, how we can create the Tn term? Okay, okay, the basic ideology to create the Tn term, okay, is 1 by 3. Okay, in this type of problem when they give like this, okay, there is one more thing which you need to be careful. Okay, I will tell you when. Okay, and now since it is all odd natural terms, okay, the term before it will be nothing but 2r minus 1. Simple. Okay, so I want to create f of r plus 1 and f of r minus 1. So I will do 2r minus 1, 2r plus 1, 2r plus 1 minus 2r minus 1. Okay, so what we will do, we will divide by 2 also. Okay, and this is nothing but 1 into 3 into 5 into 7 and so on, 2r minus 1 into 2r plus 1. Okay, so after doing this, what we will do, okay, what we will do, we will just try to separate the things. Okay, it will, okay, it will break up. Okay, the bigger one will take out this term, this will become 1 into 3 into 5 into 7 and so on into 2r minus 1, while this one will become 1 into 3 into 5 into 7 and so on till 2r plus 1. Fine. Now you can consider it as a general term. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, in the starting you have to, when some series are given, then you consider TR term. After doing this, you can consider the main term, okay, which we used to do in TR1. Okay, in general Vn minus problems. Okay, 2r plus 1. Okay, when you do this, what you now we have TR. Okay, we will apply the summation TR. Okay, from r is equals to 1 to n, which will give us, okay, 1 upon 2, the which is the smallest one. Okay, this one is just, if I substitute r plus 1 here, we will get this. Okay, so we are going to substitute 1 here. Okay, then we will get 1 here, and this will be nothing but 2 into n plus 1. Okay, 2 into n plus 1. Okay, which will, okay, which will do nothing but this will turn to 0. Okay, giving me my final answer 1 by 2. Okay, so the basic ideology was considered in TR terms. The question is, means the problem in this type of problem is when they give you something like this, when you break up, then try to create the general term, which is 2r minus 1, and try to create the final term 2r plus 1. Okay, don't try to take them continuously. Why I'm telling this? Because in the end, if you do that, okay, you will be confused, because if you substitute here 1, then you will tell the term before it will not be that. Okay, it will be like, means it will move on. Okay, so the basic when you do the f of r plus 1, then you have to convert the term. Okay, take the final term, it is TR term, then apply the summation. Okay, so our answer is nothing but third one. Okay, hope you have understand this problem. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question is as follow. This is the next question. Okay, the next question says the greatest integer by which 1 plus summation r is equals to 1 to 30 r into r factorial is divisible is first composite number, second odd number, third divisible by 3, none of this. Okay, so if we analyze, okay, this thing, summation r is equals to 1 to 30, we have done this type of manipulation also. Here when you see r into r factorial, always remember, try to put plus 1 and minus 1 in r. Okay, what will happen, see this. Okay, we have done also. Okay, but okay, it's my duty to tell you again and again. Okay, as the problems arrives. Okay, so r minus 1 r factorial minus r factorial. Okay, this is nothing but r plus 1 factorial, this is nothing but, this will become r plus 1 factorial. Fine, this will become r factorial. Now since here summation is there, r is equals to 1 to 30, then it is very clear that 30 will 30, this 30 will go here and 1 will go here. So our answer will be 31 factorial minus 1 factorial will be 1 only. Now if you observe, there is the value which they are asking is this 1 plus r is equals to 1 to 30 r into r factorial. So it will become 1 plus 31 factorial minus 1, which is nothing but 31 factorial. Okay, so now 31 factorial. Okay, if you observe clearly, it is a what? Okay, 31 is what? Okay, 31 is a prime number. Okay, it will be divisible by itself only. Okay, so divisible. Okay, so none of this. Fourth is the answer. Fourth is the answer. Okay, now more. Okay, now listen. Whenever r into r factorial arrives, plus 1 minus 1, try to create vn method. Okay, this is vn plus 1 minus vn. Okay, again then we applied the summation. Okay, we have discussed the vn in detail, so while solving problems I am applying it directly. Hope you will, if you refer my class, means the when I was teaching the sequence and series, you will completely understand why I am doing it directly. Okay, so now let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is as follow. We says question number 88. If summation r is equals to 1 to n, r power 4 is equals to I into, okay, I into some function is given. Okay, then summation r is equals to n to r minus 1 power 4 is equals to, okay, now if you will see I to n, how we can create I to n will be created when r is equals to 1 to 2n upon r by 4. Okay, because n is here only, to make it 2n we have to change n to 2n. Then what will happen? 1 raised to 4, 2 raised to 4, 3 raised to 4, and so on it will go. The last term will be 2 n minus 1 power 4, and the last final will be 2n plus 4, 2n the whole square, okay, power 4. Okay, if you will do this, then you will come to know, if you observe that this is nothing but sum of power of 4 terms of odd natural number. Okay, this is odd number. Okay, odd number power 4. So if you will take this 1 plus 4, 3 plus 4, and 5 plus 4, and so on, and this 2n minus 1 power 4, okay, and separate them, and you will separate them 2 power 4, 4 power 4, 6 power 4, and so on, 2n power 4. Then this is nothing but summation r is equals to 1 to n 2r minus 1 power 4, and this is nothing but, if you take 2 power 4 common, this is nothing but 1 power 4, 2 power 4, and 3 power 4. Okay, and so on till n power 4. Fine. Now after this you can do one thing. This is r is equals to 1 to n 2r minus 1 power 4, and this is nothing but, okay, this is 16. And if you observe clearly, this is nothing but r is equals to 1 to n r power 4. Okay, so this is nothing but r is equals to 1 to n. This was our I into 2n. Okay, into 2r minus 1 power 4, and this I can write as I n. Okay, 16 times I n. Okay, this value will be nothing but I to n minus 16 times I n, which is our answer. Okay, I know this problem is not easy to predict, but you have to practice, because after practice only you will be able to predict these type of problems. There is no shortcut tricks. Okay, so the answer is second one. Okay, so this is our answer. You should know how to this function will be generated if we change the limit. Okay, and then we did that and then separated the terms. Okay, if you are able to predict this, then your job is done, you will get the answer. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. The next question is, okay, the next question is this one, question number 89, which says value of 1 plus 1 upon 3 into 1 plus 1 upon 3 square into 1 plus 1 upon 3 by 4 plus 1 plus 3 by 8, and so on till infinity is equals to what? Okay, whenever they give you such theories, 1 upon 3, okay, no matter what the terms are, okay, 1 plus like this if they are given, okay, 1 plus 1 upon 3 power 8, okay, anything like this is given, just do one basic thing, divide and multiply by that term. Okay, why? Because I want to create a square minus b square. If I do this, what will happen? This will become 1 square minus 1 by 3 square. If you then 1 plus 1 upon 3 square and 1 plus 1 upon 3 power 4. Okay, and after this term it will become 1 minus 3 by 4 and 1 minus 3 by 8. Okay, and plus here, now it will go on. Okay, there is no end. 1 minus 1 by 3, and if we write the next step, 1 minus 3 by 8 and 1 minus, okay, and 3 by 6. Okay, and it will go on. Okay, there is no end. Okay, that is my purpose to explain. Okay, so what will be the last term? If you will observe, you will come to know. Okay, if we take that it is goes to 3 power n. Okay, and now I have added one term, means multiplied and divided by one term. So can I write that it goes to 1 upon 3 power n plus 1?
Okay, okay, I can easily write that it goes to, okay, okay, one more thing. Okay, this is nothing but, okay, this will be 2 power n plus 1. Okay, why? Because here it is 2 power 1, 2 power 2. Okay, like that. Okay, 2 power q. Okay, so here, okay, here n terms are there. Okay, so n plus 1 term will be there, so 2 power n plus 1. Okay, and one more thing, in the bottom it will still remain, which if we simplify we will get 3 by 2. Okay, okay, now if you will observe, since n is tending to infinity, okay, so this term, okay, this will become 0. Okay, and our final answer will be 3 by 2 only. Okay, so our answer, okay, as per option is third is the answer. Okay, the observation was very simple. Okay, I am again telling, whenever you see such type of series, 1 plus 1 upon 3, 1 plus 1 upon 3 square, 1 plus 1 upon 3 by 4, just directly divide and multiply by the lowest, 1 minus 1 by 3. Okay, 1. Okay, just see this, 1 minus 1 by a, something like this is given. Okay, a series like this opens. Okay, r. Okay, just multiply and divide by 1 upon a and 1 minus 1 upon a. Your job will be done. Okay, so now let's move on to question number 90. Okay, the question number 90 is very, okay, not a easy question. Okay, the question number 90, if x1 comma x2 and so on, x20 are in HP and x1 comma 2 comma x20 are in GP, then summation r is equals to 1 to 19 xr into xr plus 1 is equals to what? Okay, now since they are in HP, so 1 upon x1, 1 upon x2, 1 upon x3 and 1 upon x4 will be what in GP? X by 20 are in, sorry, are in AP. Okay, are in AP. After doing this, we know that x1 comma 2 comma x20 are in GP. Okay, so we can write one simple thing, 4 is equals to x1 into x20, take it as 1. Okay, after doing this, since they are in AP, we can also write x2 minus 1 upon x1 will be nothing but 1 upon x3 minus 1 upon x2 will be nothing but 1 upon x4 minus x3. And like this it will go on. Okay, the last term will be 1 upon x20 minus 1 upon x19. Okay, now let's say it is equal to some lambda value. Okay, so okay, so okay, so we can observe one more thing, that this term is 1 greater than this term. Okay, so can I write xr plus 1 minus 1 upon xr, okay, just one less difference, so it will also be equal to lambda. So okay, can I write this? Okay, so if I can write this, okay, so I can also write xr minus xr plus 1. Okay, by cross multiplying, xr plus 1 into xr will be equal to lambda. Okay, and we want this value, which will be nothing but 1 by lambda into xr minus xr plus 1, which is nothing but xr plus 1 into xr. Okay, okay, so after if we do this, okay, xr minus xr plus 1, okay, so we got this thing. Okay, now let's call it as 2. Okay, let me write it, 1 upon lambda xr minus xr plus 1, okay, is equals to xr plus 1 into xr. Okay, let me call it as 2. Okay, now if you will observe, okay, what we can do here, okay, what we can do here, we want this summation value. Okay, so to solve this, okay, we have to substitute this. Okay, we can replace this by this. Okay, and after that we can apply summation. Okay, so it will just make our job easy. Okay, so now let's do this. Okay, so if we open this now, let me take the next page. R is equals to 1 to 19 xr into xr plus 1. Okay, if we open this, okay, this will be equal to summation. Okay, summation will be still here, 1 upon 19, okay, into xr minus xr plus 1. Okay, but if you remember Vn method, we used to take Vn plus 1 minus Vn. Okay, in this format. Okay, so to create that format, we will take what, 1 upon lambda and then summation r is equals to 1 to 19 to create xr plus 1 minus xr, right? Now since Vn is created, now we can substitute the lowest value in this and highest value in this. as per the rule. So this will be 20 minus x1. Okay, so we got this thing 1 upon lambda x20 minus x1. Okay, after doing this, what we can do? Okay, after doing this, we want to get a relation between this. Okay, so since we know that they are in AP, so x20 will be nothing but, okay, 1 upon x1 plus 19 times lambda. Okay, do you agree with this? Okay, after doing this, I can bring this 1 upon x20 here and 1 upon x1 here and 19 lambda here, which will give me x1 minus x20 upon x20 into x1 will be 19 times lambda. Okay, so what we want? Okay, what we want, this will become what? 19 times, I will bring, okay, x1 up minus x20 upon 19. Okay, I will bring the 19 here. So if I bring here x20 into x1 will come here. Okay, and this is x1 minus x20. To create x20 minus x1, I will move one minus there, so it will become x20 minus x1 upon 19. Okay, 19, okay, sorry, I will bring the lambda here, 19 will be there only. Okay, sorry, this will be lambda here. Okay, so here will be 19 times x20 into x1. Okay, so x20 into x1 value we already know from the one which is given, x1 into x20 is nothing but 4. So we will put the values 19 into 4, which will be nothing but, which will give us final answer as 76. Okay, so 76. Okay, so 1 is the answer. Now let's see, first we converted them in AP, second we applied the GP condition which was given, then we applied the GP condition, got one equation. Then we know the difference between the terms in AP are constant, that is common difference, we do that. Okay, then we came to know that this highest term minus smallest term is equals to lambda. Then it will be true for a general term, that is xr plus 1 minus 1 upon xr, which is equals to lambda. After cross multiplying we got some relation. Okay, so we can replace this with this. Okay, after replacing this, okay, sorry, we take the next page and then we replace that. Okay, and we stopped here after applying the VN series, but we were stuck here, we don't know the value of this. Then we got an idea that 1 upon x20 will, since it is in AP, it will be 1 upon x1 plus 19 times lambda, just one less than. Then we cross multiplied and then we got this 1 upon, okay, this value, okay, which was nothing but 19 into 20 into x1. Then we substituted x1 into x2 20 value from 1 and got our answer 76. Hope you have understand. Now let's move on to the next problem. The next problem, okay, the next problem is, let me take the page. Okay, the next problem is this problem. Okay, which says the value of summation r is equals to 0 to n a plus r plus ar into minus a power r is equals to what? Okay, the options are given as follow. Okay, how to approach this problem? Okay, in this type of problems you have to approach it in a very simplified way. Okay, like first you can see that a little bit of manipulation is needed here. Okay, all the questions, okay, since we have done so many questions, now you will be comfortable with little bit of manipulation. Like here it is 1 plus r into a and this is r, and here outside is what? Minus a into r. Fine. So here after this step what we can do, we will cross multiply minus a by r. Okay, but your doubt should be how we will create that r plus 1 minus r minus 1. Okay, for that we can do one basic thing. Okay, since r is multiplied, there is nothing we can do here, okay, to create minus, but we can create minus using this. Okay, like minus a into r. Fine, we cannot create. Okay, this will be same here, this is a into minus a into r into 1 plus r. Okay, now we want to create here minus. Okay, to create here minus, summation is still outside r is equals to 0 to n. Okay, so minus a into r into r, I will remove minus from here, so here minus a it will become. Okay, hope you have understand. So minus into minus a it will become into minus a power r into 1 plus r into summation. If I do this, this is minus a power r into r minus a into r plus 1 into 1 plus r. Okay, now we can apply the Vn series. Okay, Vn minus Vn plus 1. Okay, I think I told you something which was not correct. Okay. 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 I told you. If I remember, I told you Vn plus 1 minus Vn. Okay. No. There is no means there is. Okay. I think I told you wrong. Okay. There is no regulation that Vn plus 1 should be there. It can be Vn minus Vn plus 1. Okay. There is no regulation. You will solve that. Okay. Here you will again get the minus n and it will cancel out. Okay. There is no need to worry. Okay. If I have not taken the minus also, our answer would have come correct only. Okay. Okay, you can try it out. Okay. Sometimes I make mistakes. Okay. But if I don't, means I am not able to, if you get anything wrong, you can comment it and I will tell you the right answer. Okay. And I will check the video and edit it. Okay, no problem. Now here what we can do, since here it is clear that we will apply Vn minus Vn plus 1 series. Okay, which will give us our final answer. This will become 0, giving us a final answer minus into minus a power. Okay, here n plus 1 into 1 plus n. So which option does it match? Okay, for that we have to okay here there is no option match. Okay, if I put here n is equals to 1. Okay, so one thing is very obvious that this option cannot be, because 1 plus n is only in this option. If I put here n is equals to 1, this will become 2. See, it will be minus 10. If I put here 1, this will become even. Minus will be still there. Same goes for 2. Okay, so 2 is the answer. Okay, although you can manipulate it and create 2. Okay, but we don't want to waste our time. Okay, we can just by observation and substituting n is equals to 1, it is very clear that 2 will be the answer. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, which is question number this. Okay, question number 92. Okay, the question number 92 says the sum of the series x upon 1 minus x square plus x square upon 1 minus x power 4 plus x power 4 upon 1 minus x power 8 and so on to infinity terms. Okay, so on to infinity terms if mod x is less than 1 is. Okay, now we want to find the general term. Okay, general term is based on your observation. If you can observe, then fine, otherwise okay, you will come to know by practice. Okay, x power 2 power n. Okay, because we want to create it. Okay, we have done the some similar terms questions before only. Okay, so it is just power upon power. Okay, the speciality about this problem is this. Okay, you will come to know. Okay, 1 plus x, if I do 1 plus x power 2n minus 1. Okay, why didn't it 1 minus x? Okay, you will just see why it didn't it. 1 minus 2 power n. Okay, I can write this x power 2n. Okay, this is 2 power n. Okay, don't take it like this. 2 power n minus 1 into 1 plus 1 minus x power 1 plus x power 2 power n minus 1. Okay, I can write this a square minus b square. Okay, if you multiply, okay, they will add on and the square will this. Okay, observe this 2 power n minus 1. Okay, just see this part. Okay, 2 power n minus 1, it will get multiplied by 2 since it is square. Okay, but if you will observe 2 power n into 2 power minus 1 into 2, which will make it x 2 power n again. Okay, so this was the calculation, otherwise you will be confused in this power only. Many students get confused in this power, so I told you how it happened. If we bring it back, a square minus b square is nothing but a minus b into a plus b. So when this, if I multiply, square will appear, the 2 into 2 and 2 power minus 1 will come down and cancel this 2 1. Okay, 2 power n will come. So that's way we break them up. Okay, so after breaking in the next step, it is very clear that the thing left will be 1 power x power 2 n minus 1. Okay, and in the next step, okay, again we will get, since there is nothing to cancel out, this will become 1 minus x power 2 power n. Okay, and now we will, since tr is there, we will apply. Okay, this is our tr. Now I will apply the summation thing. R is equals to 1 to n. Okay, where n tends to infinity, sum of infinite terms they are telling, so I will apply the summation. R is equals to 1 to n. Now since this one is bigger and this one is smaller, so 1 will be substituted, which will give me 1 upon 2n minus 1. Okay, this will become 0, which will give me 1 minus x, and this will, okay, 2 power, okay, this will tend to 0 with this thing, so I will be left with 1. Okay, whenever infinity appears, you can do it by yourself. 1 minus x upon 1 minus x. Okay, then I will solve it. further, which will give me my answer x upon 1 minus x. It was nothing but we have 1 minus 1 minus x, okay, and here it was 1, and then we cross multiply and got our answer. Okay, so this question, okay, what is our answer? Okay, 1 is the answer. 1 is the answer. Okay, so what this question teaches us to break the things like this, okay, because it is exponential upon exponential, okay, that's why it becomes difficult for a new person who have just seen these questions first time, okay, to break it up and solve it. It becomes difficult for you, so you have to practice this type of problems, okay. They are unique, okay, many students don't come across this type of problems, okay. So let's move on to the last problem of single correct questions, okay, which is this problem. Okay, the sum of 20 terms of the series whose rth term is given by Tn is equals to minus 1 power n square plus n plus 1 upon n factorial is, okay. To solve this problem, okay, I will consider in TR. As I have told, we consider the problem mostly in TR only, r square plus r plus 1 upon r factorial, which will, okay, r factorial will move on to everyone, which will give me here r will cancel, giving me r minus 1 factorial will be left here. 1 upon r minus 1 factorial will be left, okay. And since we have did that, so I did that this type of cancellation, so I will not going to explain it again. Here minus 1 upon r, okay, and we will break it here, r plus 1 minus 1 again, r minus 1 factorial plus 1 upon r minus 1 factorial plus 1 upon r factorial. Fine. So after this, what we are going to r factorial, this will break up r minus 1, we will take r minus 1, remove the plus, okay, so it will be r minus 2 factorial, and this will again be minus, okay, r minus 1 is given, okay, this will be plus only, sorry, plus 1 upon r minus 1 factorial plus 1 upon r minus 1 factorial plus 1 upon r factorial, okay. So we got this thing, okay, this is plus, okay. Remind you again, let me teach you what happened here again, okay, otherwise you will, I take this because r minus 1 was there, the other will be what, plus 1 upon r minus 1 factorial, okay. This was r minus 1, so I can write r into r minus 2 factorial, so r minus 1 was here, so they will cancel out, giving me 1 upon r minus 2 factorial, because r factorial is nothing but r into r minus 1 into r minus 2 and so on till 1, okay. After doing this, okay, what I will do, okay, I will make a pairs, okay. How I will make the pairs, okay, I will make the pairs 1 upon r upon, okay, r factorial, okay, r factorial plus minus 1 upon r minus 1 factorial, okay. And then this is manipulation, okay, which you have to do, r minus 1 factorial plus minus 1 by r upon r minus 2 factorial. Now you have to do a single manipulation, which is you have to create minus here, because in vn minus 1 you have to create minus here. So to create that minus, okay, we have to do one thing, we will take minus out of here, so it will be I have taken minus 1 out of this, minus 1 by r, so it will become this r minus 1 factorial, okay. And now what we will do, we will take minus 1 from both of these, which will create minus here, okay. This will become minus r minus 1 upon r minus 1 factorial, and here I will, since I have taken minus outside, this is minus r minus, because I have taken minus 1 outside once, okay. But here also I have taken minus 1, then I will, okay, let me make you understand again, okay. I have to write it again, otherwise you will get confused, okay. Fine, I have taken minus 1 from both of them. In the next step, okay, only this step I will write, minus will be here only, minus 1 for r minus 1 upon r minus 1 factorial. I will take again minus, because I have to create vn minus 1, so it will be minus 1 upon r minus 2 upon r minus 2 factorial, okay. Hope you have understand this step, okay. So after this, what we are going to do, okay, so we have created a series which is minus 1 power r upon r factorial minus 1 power r minus 1 upon r minus 1 factorial and minus upon, okay, minus 1 upon r minus 1 upon r minus 1 factorial plus, okay, here minus 1 upon r minus 2 upon r minus 2 factorial. Okay, so now we will apply vn to both of them. If I apply vn to this, okay, what I am going to get, okay, 1 will be substituted here, which will become 0, this will become 0, so I will be left with minus 1 upon n upon, okay, sum of 20 terms, okay, that's power 20, okay, 20 upon this will be 20 factorial, fine. And here it will be what, since this one is bigger, this one is smaller, so this will be minus 1 upon 19 upon this will be what, 19 only, 19 factorial. And now here manipulation will work like we will write it minus 1 minus 2 into r minus 1, okay, then factorial, and minus 1 for r minus, okay, r minus 2 you write, doesn't matter. Okay, so the final answer which will come will be minus 1 upon 20. Okay, this will become what, 1, if you will substitute, become minus 1, this you will count, minus minus will move on. Okay, so final answer which will be left with 20 factorial. Okay, 20 factorial 20 factorial minus 1 upon 19 factorial. Okay, minus 1 upon 19 factorial, and this will be what, this will become, okay, this will, okay, this will become 0, we will left with only this thing, okay, which will give me after calculation, okay, sorry, minus 1 become, this will become 1, okay, this will become 1 because it is 1 minus 1 0 factorial, this will minus will cancel out, giving me minus 1 finally. Okay, minus 1 will be left, so after calculating 19 factorial we will take common, which will give me my final answer as 21 upon 20 factorial. Okay, now you can have doubt, okay, this will become 1 only upon 20 factorial, this will be 1 upon 20, I will multiply here, 20 I will multiply, so it will become 20 factorial minus 1, so this will become 21 upon 20 factorial minus 1, so which is 20 factorial minus 20, so which is second, so second is the answer. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, since we are done with single correct question, now we are going to solve the multiple correct question. Okay, so the first multiple correct question is as follow. For an increasing AP A1, A2 and so on till AN, if A1 plus A3 plus A5 is equals to minus 12 and A1 into A3 into A5 is equals to 80, then which of the following are true? The first option is A1 is equals to minus 10, A2 is equals to minus 1, A3 is equals to minus 4 and A5 is equals to plus 2. Okay, so the first thing I can write it as A plus 2D, and this I can write as A plus 4D, which should be equal to minus 12, and now this will become 3A plus what, 5D, wait, 5D or what, this will become 7D, no, 6D, okay, 6D is equals to minus 12, and if I divide by 3 I will get 2D is equals to minus 4. Okay, so I've got this thing. Okay, so I will call it as 1. Now here A into A plus 2D, you will substitute this value here, A plus 4D should be equal to what, 80. Now here manipulation will work. Okay, now many children cannot observe this, that I can write is a D plus 2D. So here I will substitute here minus 4, which will cancel me and give me this minus 20. Okay, and this will again become minus 4 plus 2D. Okay, and minus 20, and here I will do what, add plus 2D and subtract minus 2D, which will give me minus 4 plus 2D minus 20D, and here I will again write minus 4 minus 2D. Okay, minus 4 minus 2D, which will give me minus 4 plus 2D, and this will become minus 20D. Now I will divide by what, 2 4. Okay, I will divide throughout by 4, which will give me okay, minus 2 minus D and minus 2 plus D, and here it will give me minus 5. Okay, when I will take minus outside wall, I will be left with 2 plus D, and here it is minus, so 2 minus D, it will become what, 5, so it will become 4. Okay, 4 minus D square is equals to 5, which will give me my, okay, sorry, this, if I take minus outside, it will become plus, still minus will be left, and okay, when I move this there, minus D square is equals to 9, giving me minus D square. Okay, let me wait, first let me think. Here we have done some calculation mistake, minus 5 was there, we took minus outside, this will become this, minus outside, okay, there became plus. Okay, and then it was minus, so we move, it will be what, 4. Okay, I'm confused with the confused with the minus sign. Okay, we are doing some mistake, that's for sure, otherwise our answer should have came correct. Okay, this should be 4. Okay, this is 4 square. If I move it, it will become minus 4, which will give me minus 9, right? So d square minus minus will cancel, square, d square is equals to 9, give me d is equals to plus 3 and minus 3. Okay, now if you will observe, it is saying an increasing AB. For an increasing AB, d cannot be equal to minus 3. Okay, so d cannot be minus 3 because it is an increasing AB. Okay, so d is equals to 3. Since we have got d is equals to 3, our job is done. Okay, a will be what? A plus 2 3 is 6 is equals to minus 4. A will be nothing but minus 10. Fine, we have checked the a, we got d. A is equals to minus 10. So a2 will be what? Add here, so it should be minus 7. A3 would be what? Minus 7 plus 3 will become minus 4. Okay, and a5 will be what? Add 3 here, a5 will be minus 1. So this and these are the answer. Okay, because after adding 3 we get minus 7. If we add 3 here, minus 4. If we add 3 here, we will get minus 1. Okay, so 1 and 3 are the answer. Hope you have understand the process. Okay, the question was very simple. The second question, okay, the second question is this question. Okay, which says that Sn is equals to a plus bn plus cn square. Okay, sorry, if the sum of n terms of an AP is given by Sn is equals to a plus bn plus cn square, where a comma b comma c are independent of n, then a is equals to 0. Second is common difference of AP must be 2b, common difference of AP must be 2c, first term of AP is b plus c. Okay, now since Sn is given, we will find our own Sn. This type of problem we have to do it by comparing. Okay, the other method is also available, I will tell that. Okay, the method is that Sn, what we write, sum of n terms means n by 2 to a dash plus bracket n minus 1 into d. Okay, and our Sn is what? A plus bn plus cn square. If I multiply here, what we have? Na dash plus n square minus n into d by 2, which will give me, okay, I will take na dash plus n square into d by 2 minus n d by 2. Okay, in this step what happened? A dash minus d by 2 into n, and here it will be what? N square by 2 into d. Now if I compare, okay, my a term will be what? 0, so the first option is correct. Now if I compare the, okay, n square part, that is d by 2 should be equal to c, so our d is nothing but 2c. So the, okay, the third part is also right, 2c. Now if I compare n part, which is a dash minus d by 2 should be equal to b, so it is not equal to 2b. Okay, and the first term of AP is b plus c. Since, okay, if you see as S1 is equals to T1, we know this basic relation. Okay, so if we know that A will be 0, so if I put S1, it is nothing but b plus c, because n square of 1 will be 1 only. So it is proven that T2 will be nothing but AB plus c. Okay, so 4, 1 and 3 are the correct answer. 3 correct answers. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question is this, question number 3, which is a comma b comma c and d are the 4 unequal positive numbers which are in AP. Then, okay, the 4 option is given. 1 upon a plus 1 upon d is greater than 1 upon b plus 1 upon c, and they're just greater than equal to, and the third option is 1 upon b plus 1 upon c greater than 4 upon a plus d. Okay, this question we have already done, but I am going to do it again. 1 upon a plus d. Now for it, okay, if I get to know that its nature, means whether it is greater than 0, less than 0, equal to 1, okay, sorry, greater than 1, greater than, less than 1, okay, or equal to 1. If I divide this by this, if I got greater than 1, then this one is true. If I got less than 1, then this one is true. If I got equal to 1, then this one is true. We have to check the third one separately. This is a IITJ question. Okay. Now, since it in AP, so A will be A, B will be A plus 2D, sorry, A plus D, and C will be what, A plus 2D, and D will be what, A plus 3D. Okay, you can means keep this in mind. Okay, since it is AP, we have done so many problems, so you can easily predict that. There is no need to tell you. Okay, so after doing this A plus D upon A into D, okay, and here B plus C upon B into D. Okay, this one is very simple. Okay, and we are checking the nature of this. So A plus D, and this will come BD, and here A into D into B plus C. Now we will substitute the value which we have, A plus 3D. Okay, and here what we have, A plus, okay, A plus D into A plus, this was what, BD. So A plus 3D upon what we are have, A into A plus 3D. Fine, and here A plus D plus A plus 2D. So we can clearly see these two will cancel out, giving me my final answer, A plus D into A plus 3D upon A into A plus 3D. Now what I will do, I will multiply this, A square 3AD, and this will become AD, means 4AD, and this will be what, 3D square. And if I multiply this, A square plus 3AD. Okay, so now what we can do, if I break this up, means the upper part, if I do it 3AD plus AD plus 3D square upon A square plus 3AD. Okay, you can see it will form 1 if I break this up, and it will form AD plus 3D square upon A square plus 3AD. Now since they are positive number, this will be something positive, 1 plus something, so it is greater than 1. So the first option is correct. Now we have to check the third option. So for checking the third option, the process is as follow. Okay, we have to prove that 1 upon B plus 1 upon C, okay, this thing into A plus D is greater than 4. If we prove this, then our option is correct. Okay, for proving that C plus B upon CB into A plus D should be greater than 4, then now I can write C as A plus 2D, this as A plus D. Okay, and this will be was A plus what, 3D. If I do this, this will be A plus 2D, and this will be what, okay, this will be what, okay, so what we can do, A plus 2D into A plus D. Okay, this thing, okay, this will add on, give me 2A plus 3D. Fine, and this will give me 2A plus 3D upon A square. AD plus 2AD means 3AD. Fine, this will become 2D square. I will multiply this, 4A square because 6AD plus 6 means 12AD, and this will become 9D square upon A square plus 3AD plus 2D square. Okay, we have to prove it is greater than 4. Okay, to prove this it is greater than 4, what we have to do, we will take here 1A square, we will take here 3AD, and we will take here what, 2D square. So the left thing will be what, 3A square, and here it will be 8AD. Okay, if we take here 3 outside, I will be left with 9. Okay, and here if I take 2, I will be left with 7. Okay, wait, I will left with 3, 3, 9. I take 2 common, means 7D. Okay, 2AD square. Okay, C A plus 2D and B is A plus D. Fine, A square 2AD. Okay, and this one is AD, 3AD plus 2D square, and this one is 4, 3A square plus 2L. Okay, and this is what, this is 3, and this will be what, A plus 3D, the whole square. So 4A square plus 2 plus 9D square. Okay, right. So okay, we have to manipulate it like this. Okay, if I do this manipulation, okay, observe this, if I take 4 common here, A square plus this will become 3AD. Okay, and this I will make what, I will make it 8. Okay, how I will make it 8, if I have to make it 8, this will be 2D square, and I have to take 1D separately. Hope you understand what I am doing. Okay, so here I have taken 4 common outside. Okay, and D I have taken separately. From here I have taken 4 common outside, and the left thing is a square plus 3ad plus 2d square. Okay, so if I break this up, I will be left with this part will become same, and the 4 plus a square plus 3ad plus 2d square. Okay, so it is greater than 4. Okay, so the first and the third option are the correct answer. Okay, now let's move on to the fourth question. The fourth question is as follow: which of the following can be the terms, okay, not necessarily consecutive of any AP? Okay, so remember this question, because this question in lifelong will help you how to identify the terms are in AP or not. Okay, so I assume that A, B, C are the terms. Okay, are the means values of the, okay, are in AP. So A, B, C are in, if A, B, C of the pth, okay, qth and r at term value. Okay, ABC are the pth, qth, r at term value. Okay, and which are in AP, which are in AP, which of the following can be the terms? Okay, these are the terms they have given. Okay, they can be AP. Okay, so the basic general idea that A will be what? Capital A plus P minus 1 into D. B will be what? Capital A plus Q minus 1 into D. And C will be what? Capital A plus R minus 1 into D. Okay, so the way you have to solve it, that always keep this, means this rule, or just remember this rule. Okay, for any term to be AP, be in AP, not necessarily consecutive, which they are telling that Q minus P upon R minus Q, okay, should be equal to what? B minus A upon C minus B. If it is a rational number, remember this, rational number, then they are in AP. Rational number means number in the format of P by Q. Okay, so how we are going to get this? Now let's take the numbers and check them separately. 6 minus 1 upon 19 minus 6. It is very clear it will be of P by Q, so 1 is correct. This next is under root 50 minus under root 2 upon under root 98 minus under root 50. So we have to check this number, okay, which will give me 50. Okay, if I take the number, I will be left with 5 under root 2 minus under root 2 upon 7 under root 2 minus 5 under root 2. So it will be rational. Okay, so because under root under 2, 5 minus 1 upon 7 minus 5, which will give me what? 4 by 2, which will give me 2. Okay, so which is rational. Okay, so this one is, second one is also verified. Now the third one will be what? Log C minus log 2 upon log 128 minus log 2, log 6, which I can write it as 7 log 2 minus log 4 log 2 upon this I can write 4 log 2. Okay, 7 log 2. Okay, I think I have taken the bigger, I should have taken the bigger number first. Okay, fine, doesn't matter. Either you take these two minus or these two upon, doesn't matter. Okay, upon 4 log 2 minus log 2. So here log 2 will cancel out from all the, we will again get some rational number, that is 1. Okay, so third option is verified. Now the fourth option, that is under root 3 minus under root 2. Okay, and under root 7 minus under root 3. Here you can see their under root is not cancelling out, so it is irrational. So 3 correct answer and 1 is wrong. Okay, how we corrected, how we checked? On the basis of this rule. Okay, always keep in mind this rule. Okay, it will help you throughout this chapter, okay, to identify the terms. Okay, the difference fails, okay, the term condition, some condition fails, fine, but this will always work. Okay, It doesn't even care whether the terms are consecutive. It will directly tell you whether the terms are in AP. If it is in AP, the reverse will be also HP. This type of question can also be asked. Okay. Now the last question, okay, which is a JE, means a JE type question. Okay, this means JE has asked a question on the, means using this concept only. Okay, so the question is as follow. Okay, the question is as follow: in an arithmetic progression whose first term is alpha and common difference is beta, alpha comma beta is not equal to 0, the ratio r of the sum of the first n terms to the sum of n terms succeeding them does not depend on, and then which of the following is slash r correct? The first is alpha by beta is 2:1. Second is alpha and beta are the roots of the equation ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Then 2b square is equals to 9ac. Third is sum of the infinite gp 1 plus r square plus and so on is 3/2 and 1 upon, if r alpha is equals to 1, then sum of n 10 terms, okay, of AP is what, 100. Okay, so for this, okay, what they're telling, the common ratio is what, sum of n terms, okay, sum of first n terms. And for how to write the sum of next two terms is nothing but 2 terms minus first term. Now if I open this, all these, Sn open, S2n open, Sn open, okay, then I have to apply the n term condition that they are not dependent. Instead of applying to all of them, what should you do to reduce your work? Divide throughout by Sn by Sn. Okay, so this will become Sn by S2n by Sn minus 1. Okay, all Sn will cancel out. Just you have to check this, that S2n upon Sn should not be dependent upon n. Okay, for that 2n upon 2, okay, into 2a plus bracket 2n minus 1 into d upon n by 2, 2a plus bracket n minus 1 into d. So now let's write it in that term. N by 2 will cancel out, very simple. 2 will be left. This is 2 into alpha plus 2n minus 1 into beta. This will be 2 into alpha plus n minus 1 into beta, which will give me finally 2 alpha minus beta plus 2n beta upon 2 alpha minus beta plus n beta. So what you have seen, so here, since for it to be not dependent, if you just imagine if 2 alpha minus beta was not there, then nn will cancel out, okay, and it will be independent of n. Okay, so for it to be independent, 1 2 alpha minus beta should be equal to 0, which will give me alpha by beta is nothing but 1 by 2. But they're telling alpha by beta is 2:1, so the first option is incorrect, wrong. Okay, so we got the ratio of alpha by beta. So can we get the common ratio r to prove the third one? Okay, yes, very easily. If I substitute the value here, what I get, 2 into, this will become, let's divide by beta, then this will become alpha by beta minus 1 plus 2n upon 2 alpha by beta minus 1 plus n. Okay, so here what we are getting, this will become 1 cancel out, 2n upon n into 2, which will give me 4. So our r is equals to 4. So we got r is equals to 4, sorry, not r is equals to 4, we got Sn S2n upon Sn value as 4. Okay, so r will be what, this value, r will be 1 upon 4 minus 1, which will be nothing but 1 upon 3. So now our r is 1 upon 3. Okay, so if they give a GP of 1 upon r plus r square and so on till infinite, what will be its ratio? 1 upon 1 by 1 by 3, which will give me 3 by 2. So the third option is also correct. First is wrong. Now we have to check the second. Now ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Now alpha and beta are the roots, so alpha plus beta will be nothing but minus b by a. So this will be what? Alpha plus beta is nothing but, this will be 1 plus 2 means 3. 3 should be equal to b by minus b by a. So I will square it. 9 is equals to b square upon a square. Okay, and if you will observe, I need 2b square. So I will multiply and divide by 2b square. So 2b square upon 2a square. Okay, now I know the product alpha into beta is nothing but c by a. So it will be nothing but 2. 1 into 2 is 2, and this will be c by. So I came to know c is nothing but 2 times a. So here a square is there. So I will do one thing. I will take 2a into a square. I will write it like this. E into 9. So 9 is equals to 2b square. I can write it at c into a. this will not be a square. Okay, so c into a, so 2b square is equals to 9ac. So the second one is also correct. Now let's check for the last one. We says if alpha is equals to 1, then sum of the 10 term is equals to this. So sum of n terms will be what? 10 by 2. 10 by 2 bracket 2 into first term is nothing but 1 plus bracket 10 minus 1 into 2, which will be nothing but 2 will cancel, 10 into 2 will cancel out, giving me 1 into 9, okay, which will be 10. So 10 into 10 will be nothing but 100. Okay, so the fourth one is also correct. So 4, this one is wrong, this one and this one is true. Okay, so the fifth question is done. Okay, and we have completed this series of problem solving course. This is the fifth problem solving course, and more specifically we have solved means a very good number of problems, 93 questions. Okay, they are very high. And then 5, okay, we have moved on to multiple correct options, and the next lecture we will continue it as follow, and we will complete the multiple choice questions. Okay, till then, take care, see you.